The wind howled a mournful dirge through the skeletal branches of the whispering woods, a sound Anya knew all too well. It echoed the despair clinging to the hearts of her people, the Viridian elves, crushed under the iron fist of the Necromancer King Malkor. For generations, Malkor had ruled Aeridor with an undead army, his power stemming from a dark ritual performed within the ancient Temple of Shadows, a place whispered about in hushed tones, a place cursed beyond redemption. Anya, leader of the Verdant Bloom Rebellion, a force fighting for the soul of Aeridor, stood at the edge of the woods, her emerald eyes narrowed against the biting wind. Her long, braided hair, the color of autumn leaves, whipped around her face. Beside her stood Ronan, a gruff human warrior whose loyalty was as unwavering as his battle-worn sword, and Alara, a young, timid sorceress, her eyes wide with both fear and determination. "Are you sure about this, Anya?" Ronan grunted, his hand resting on the pommel of his sword. "The legends say no one returns from the Temple of Shadows unscathed. Most don't return at all." Anya took a deep breath, the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves filling her lungs. "Malkor draws his power from that temple. To defeat him, we must break the curse that tethers him to this world." Alara shivered, clutching her staff tightly. "But the curse, it's said to be ancient, powerful, beyond anything we can comprehend." "Then we will learn to comprehend it," Anya said, her voice firm, masking the knot of fear in her stomach. "We've faced worse odds before. Let us hope the ancestral magic of the Viridian elves, combined with Ronan's strength and Alara's gift, will be enough." Their journey into the Whispering Woods was fraught with peril. The air grew heavy, thick with a palpable sense of dread. Undead creatures, remnants of Malkor's armies, lurked in the shadows, their empty eyes burning with a malevolent glow. They fought their way through packs of ghouls, dodged the spectral grasp of wraiths, and narrowly avoided being ensnared by animated vines, their tendrils hungry for living flesh. After days of relentless travel, they reached the temple. It stood before them, a colossal structure of obsidian and petrified bone, its surface etched with grotesque carvings that seemed to writhe in the dim light. "This is it," Anya said, her voice barely a whisper. "The Temple of Shadows." The air around the temple thrummed with dark energy. Alara recoiled, her face paling. I can feel it," she stammered. "The curse, it's suffocating." Ronan drew his sword, the steel gleaming in the gloom. "Let's get this over with then. The sooner we're in, the sooner we're out." They stepped into the maw of the temple, and the world shifted around them. The air grew colder, the shadows deeper. The sounds of the forest vanished, replaced by an unsettling silence, broken only by the drip, drip, drip of unseen water. The walls were covered in murals depicting scenes of unspeakable horror. Sacrifices, tortures, and the rise of Malkor's undead empire. The floor was littered with bones, both human and animal, ground to dust by countless feet. As they ventured deeper, they encountered guardians. Animated statues brought to life by dark magic, spectral knights wielding ghostly blades, and grotesque constructs of flesh and bone. Each battle tested their skills and their resolve, pushing them to the brink of exhaustion. In one chamber they found a massive altar stained crimson with the blood of countless victims. Above the altar, a floating orb pulsed with a malevolent energy. This, Alara explained, was the source of the curse, the nexus of Malkor's power. "We have to destroy it," Anya said, her voice grim. "But how?" Alara shook her head. "I don't know. The magic protecting it is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's corrupted, twisted." As they pondered their next move, a voice echoed through the chamber, a voice cold and devoid of emotion. His skin was pale and translucent, his eyes burned with an icy blue fire. He was clad in black armor, adorned with the skulls of his enemies, and wielded a staff topped with a writhing serpent made of pure shadow. "Malkor," Anya said, her hand instinctively reaching for her sword. "Your reign of terror ends here." Malkor laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the chamber. "You are but insects. Insignificant specks trying to extinguish a star. You cannot defeat me. I am eternal, bound to this world by the very curse you seek to break." Malkor unleashed his dark magic, conjuring bolts of shadow energy and summoning skeletal warriors to his aid. Anya and Ronan fought with all their might, their blades flashing, their bodies moving with practiced grace. Alara, despite her fear, channeled her magic, creating shields of shimmering energy and unleashing blasts of arcane power. But Malkor was too powerful. He deflected their attacks with ease, his dark magic overwhelming their defenses. One by one they fell, bruised and battered, their strength waning. Alara lay unconscious, her staff broken. It was over. They had failed. As Malkor approached her, a triumphant smirk on his face, Anya knew she had to do something. Anything, to buy her friends time. She focused all her remaining energy, channeling the ancient magic of her ancestors, the magic of the Viridian elves, a magic rooted in nature and life. She felt a surge of power coursing through her veins, a power she had never felt before. Her eyes glowed with a vibrant green light, and the air around her shimmered with energy. "Your petty magic is no match for my power." Anya ignored him. She closed her eyes, focusing on the image of her people, their faces etched with hope and despair. She reached out with her mind, connecting to the earth beneath her feet, to the trees in the whispering woods, to the very essence of Aeridor. And then, she unleashed it. A wave of pure, unadulterated life energy surged from her, engulfing Malkor and the altar. The orb of dark energy above the altar shattered, its fragments dissipating into nothingness. The temple shook violently, as the curse that had bound it to this world was broken. The walls crumbled, the corridors collapsed, and the entire structure began to fall apart. Anya, weakened but alive, stumbled towards Ronan and Alara, dragging them to their feet. "We have to get out of here," she shouted, her voice hoarse. They fled the collapsing temple, barely escaping with their lives. As they emerged from the wreckage, they saw that the whispering woods were changing. The trees were no longer skeletal and twisted, but vibrant and green. Malkor was gone. His power was broken, his undead army scattered. Aeridor was free, but the victory was bittersweet. Anya knew that the battle was far from over. Malkor's followers still roamed the land, and the scars of his reign would take generations to heal. But for the first time in centuries, there was hope. Hope that Aeridor could be reborn. Hope that the Viridian elves could rebuild their lives. Hope that peace could finally return to the land. In the weeks that followed, Anya, Ronan, and Alara rallied the people of Aeridor, leading them in the fight against Malkor's remaining forces. The legend of the Verdant Bloom Rebellion spread far and wide, inspiring others to rise up against oppression and fight for freedom. One day, Anya stood on a hill overlooking the Whispering Woods, now renamed the Verdant Woods. The trees were tall and strong, their leaves rustling in the wind. A song of hope and renewal. Beside her stood Ronan and Alara, their faces etched with determination and pride. "We did it," Anya said, her voice filled with emotion. "We broke the curse." Ronan clapped her on the shoulder. "But it was your courage, Anya, your unwavering belief in your people that made it possible." Alara smiled, her eyes shining with newfound confidence. "We have a long way to go, but we'll face it together. We'll rebuild Aeridor, and we'll make sure that Malkor's reign of terror is never forgotten." Anya looked out at the land, her heart filled with hope. The road ahead would be long and arduous, but she knew that they could face any challenge, as long as they stood together, united in their love for Aeridor and their determination to create a better future.